Welcome to Main Street Minds with your host, Amish Munshi. This is where industry leaders and seasoned pros share their secrets to success beyond limits. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to Main Street Minds. Today we have a very special guest, Christine, over here with us in a beautiful southern Georgia region. Anybody that's thinking about getting a house that's still affordable and it's extremely beautiful with nice weather, Christine is the person to reach out. She has amazing neighborhoods and knowledge of how to make house work for you, right? There is always that right, perfect house for everyone. But getting into the right house is really important. So Christine is here to help us. And at the same time, Christine is also building a team. So anybody that's in the market thinking about how to scale up their business, how to do it correctly, and how to do the right thing for your clients, reach out to Christine. Without any further delay, let me open up the floor and tell Christine, like, share all your secrets. Tell us how you got started.
Well, thank you very much. I'm excited to be here. But I love this area in South Georgia, where I'm right at the Georgia-Florida border. And so I am licensed in Georgia and Florida, so I can do both areas. And we don't have a beach here right in this area. We're St. Mary's, Kingsland. We have the naval base. We do have a beautiful little downtown, but then you go over to Florida and you have the Fernandina Beach or Amelia Island. And that's only 20-30 minutes away. So we sell all of it in that area. I've been licensed for 25 years now, since 2000. And yes, I've seen a lot of different markets. And I was originally in North Georgia. So I'm familiar with all of the Atlanta market, the North Georgia, Marietta, Norcross, all of those areas, as well as coming down into South Georgia and everywhere in between. So because we have Camden County here in South Georgia goes into Glynn County, which is St. Simon's Island, some of the wealthiest neighborhoods there, Sea Island. So beautiful areas, lots of golfers and stuff like that. So we just attract a whole lot of different people from all over the country and all that. So you'll see some really, smaller homes and nicer neighborhoods, very affordable, all the way up to, multi-million-dollar homes on Sea Island and St. Simon's and stuff like that. So we deal with a whole range of values and a whole range of people and all that. So it's a really great area.
Beautiful. Yeah. So what got you interested in real estate? What was the main reason you wanted to do this?
I really liked real estate and stuff. And so I came from Canada in 1998. And so I had to wait for my work authorization. So during that time, I was looking to do some volunteer work. And I actually worked at the Margaret Mitchell Museum in Atlanta, doing tours there, which she wrote Gone with the Wind, if people don't know. So it was a really cool place. And while I was doing that, I decided to take the real estate course. So I started studying in real estate then and got my license and just really jumped into the market at that time.
Sweet. Yeah, just tell us about the first deal. That's always the most difficult one for most people. And I think that from the first deal, I think the next biggest milestone for somebody might be doing a deal for somebody they have no prior relationship with, right? That's like being in business, like at that stage. So tell us a little bit about how your experience was.
Sure, absolutely. I think real estate is more relationship building than it is business. Like I am big on keeping those relationships, because for me, I always tell people, well, I'm here for you now, during and after the sale. So a lot of agents will just go and they meet with them and they do their real estate stuff and then they're gone. Well, I take the time to keep those relationships and build those relationships. So I get a lot of past clients coming back to me. For those just becoming friends, and caring about them. And it's nothing that's fake. It's like really these people become a part of your life too, because you've helped them with the most important purchase of their life. So it's really important to me to do that. And but my first deal, I started with Century 21 across Atlanta, and I had partnered up with somebody who had just got their license too. So we were sort of new together, but it really helped us because we had a different dynamic together, and so where I was weak, he may be strong, and where he was stronger, he was weak, I was a little bit stronger. So it really worked for us for our first year.
Nice.
But you always remember the first deal that you did or that. So I can still remember the house and the lady and everything like that. So it was, yeah, it was a
Nice.
lot of good
Yeah.
memory for sure.
Yeah. And then when did you actually like move from north to south?
We moved in 2020, right
2020? Okay.
right during COVID. So it
Yeah.
was right before, and we had been looking for about a year or so and just weren't finding what we were
Yeah.
looking for. And then during COVID, it was a little bit different, but then we were right before all the prices started to go crazy in 2021. So
Yeah.
we got into a beautiful subdivision called Osprey Cove in South Georgia, and I had actually helped one of my neighbors from North Georgia move here in 2009. So she was already here and got settled and everything like that. So
Mhm.
and then coming in, it was nice because I already knew the area.
Nice. Yeah, that
Yeah.
always helps. And how has life been after moving? Like is like with different you had to probably build the relationships again, and like was it like just starting from scratch, or was it like you already had something
Well, it
going?
was because of the COVID going on and being in South Georgia, we had so many people from the north wanting
Yeah.
to relocate
Yep.
um, for the taxes for so many reasons.
Yeah.
And so it really helped. Like my business started booming as soon as I got here. When you would think
Nice.
that it was like take a little longer to build, but I did get associated with a great company, and then started getting some because of the communities here were just starting growing and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I just really got in at a great time, and
Yeah.
so it's been really good. And then I started my own brokerage a couple years ago, and so that's been just great to be able to do that and starting to build my own team and everything.
Sweet, sweet. That's amazing, right? It's always good to have some goals, and like that is what satisfies me the most. Like when we have a goal and we are actually able to achieve it. So
Yes.
congratulations on starting the
Yeah.
brokerage.
Thank
It might have been a big decision because it's a complete different way of doing things, right? Like we are
you. Yes.
now more on leadership mentoring roles rather than like the client service roles. And it's easy. It's still easy to do both together.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is like a little more sense of satisfaction saying you're building something more. It's like having a new generation of people coming under you.
Yes, absolutely. And I love those relationships too. And I love helping people. So it just sort of brings in the whole circle of the real estate stuff for me. Right now I have some really great ladies on my team. And but I'm very cautious too about who I just don't want to build big. I just want to
Yeah,
be very smart and build and not really make it big, but just keep it small with really
yeah,
like-minded people.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like what would be like an ideal agent? Like, do they need a lot of experience? Do they come prepared with with a pool of customers?
Right. No, no, because I think that if I could teach them properly and just
Hmm.
the way that I do things, through relationship building,
Hmm.
then anybody can come in and start. Once you pass your real estate
Yeah,
exam, then
yeah.
even if you're brand new, it's fun to mentor those people and teach them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so anybody that's in the right ethical mindset saying, "Hey, I want to help
Yeah.
people," I think that's the most important part.
Yep. Yeah. And you have to be on your game. Like you got to, again, be there to take the calls and stuff because it's
Yeah,
not just like people always say, "Oh, but you do so much and you make so much money in real estate." Well, there's a lot of deals where sometimes like we've had to help and we didn't make anything just because it
yeah,
is what it is sometimes. And so you don't know everybody's story. You don't know if
yeah.
somebody's in bankruptcy. You don't know if they're behind on payments until you
Mhm.
sit down and meet with them. And then you get drawn into them a lot of times and you want to
Yeah,
help them. So
yeah,
it's not always about making this huge commission. It's about helping the people.
yeah.
And so just them teaching them that, like,
Mhm.
it's not always about that, but you really have to, if you care, you have to make the sacrifices and do what you can.
Yeah.
We pay everything out of pocket, right? So, and a lot of people don't know that. So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
paying
And it's
everything,
upfront payments.
everything. So yeah, you have to be really in focus to be able to make it work and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and I always say like the market dynamics always win, right? If somebody's charging an X amount, if they are and somebody that's good at what they do and are charging an X amount, that probably means that's there is cost associated to everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And it's not like somebody's just making $1 million and just taking it home and not doing any work. Like that
Right.
doesn't really happen
Yes.
in reality.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, most agents, you're working on vacations, you're taking calls,
Yeah.
10 o'clock at night, I took a call last night. So
Yeah.
it's nonstop, but it's like, if you enjoy it, it is what it is. So, and some
Yeah.
people say that might not be professional. Like you should I always heard people say, set your time as 9 to 5 and don't work after that. And it's like, well, then I don't feel like I'm serving my client, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to
and like it's
do what
been
they
the
need.
same. I think for me as well. Like even on the lending side, like when I'm calling people between 9 and 5, they are busy. They don't really want to even like
Right.
have a 1 minute break and say let's see what are the available options. Let's think about this. They might answer my question because I called them, but it will be a rushed answer. Versus when I speak with them in the weekends or in the evenings, we might be speaking about what they really want, or we might want to adopt a dog after moving into a house. Now there are things that change with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Sure. Yeah.
So it's amazing to have conversations outside when other people are actually available.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Yep.
so
Have to be
tell
there
us
for
more
them.
about your current team. Like how many like how like are you like how many agents are you looking to onboard, or like what are some of the goals for
Yeah,
2026?
so my goal right now is so it just changed recently because my mom got sick and she passed away in Canada, and I have a brother there who needs some care. So for the next year, I'm going to have to be going back and forth to Canada. So I'm
Okay.
going to have to rely on the people here
Mhm.
to be able to take over some of my business when I'm not
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And again, I want good people to do that. So right now, I have a team of 5 people.
Okay.
Um, and that's including me. So I
Yeah.
would really like to have it at maybe 10
Sure.
and go from there. And
Okay.
that would give me the freedom to be able to do what I have to do in Canada and come back and forth and still
Sure.
serve my clients and help them
Mhm.
and grow my team. Luckily, most of the stuff, if I'm in Canada, I can leave to my team and they can
Yeah.
deal with it. And trusting them is, again,
Hmm.
something that I would,
Yeah.
need to be able to do with people.
Yeah. And the team is focused on both buyers and sellers.
Yes, buyers and sellers. We work with buyers and sellers for listing agents and selling agents. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, because it kind of complements each other, right? Like if we have a pool of buyers, if we have a pool of sellers, then that's when we really know the market price, like what is working. There's like 20
Yeah.
buyers who want to pay $1 million, but this is what they want. And then we can make the house, prepare it in a way that it bridges the gap.
Yep, absolutely. I do a lot of advertising as well. So I like
Mhm.
to do magazine advertising and
Nice.
Haven magazine, which
Yeah.
is a national magazine, but they have pockets of
Sure.
areas in the country. And then I do a lot of the pop buys to see customers again, to just take them little gifts every once in a while here and there. We come up with thoughtful things and things for what's going on in the market at the time.
Hmm.
Also, I try to do once a year a just party for all my past
Hmm.
clients.
Oh, nice.
One year we did an axe throwing at the local thing, when that got really big. So we
Yeah.
did that. So just client parties and stuff like that,
Yeah.
appreciation.
Is that a little more of Tennessee, Georgia thing, like the axe throwing?
Yeah, I think so. It got really big here for a while.
Yeah.
I've seen it a couple places here and there, but maybe it started around
Yeah,
here.
I've not seen much over here. I'm attending one of the conferences in May in Tennessee, and last year they had the same axe throwing, and they're repeating that same venue at that same place, and I'm like, yeah, I mean we already did it last year, but everyone loved it, so they're doing it again.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So we had a good
Yeah,
time doing it.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it. I loved doing it last year, and I'm looking forward to doing it again
yeah,
for this
yeah.
conference that I'm going to.
It's something different. Yeah.
So yeah, with so many things happening with onboarding new agents, having 5 team members, and managing clients and work and everything that's involved at home, like how are you able to manage your schedule?
Managing my schedule is so the biggest thing is just making the schedule right and sticking to
Yeah.
it. So I do have um, that schedule to stick to, and that helps me because I still like to walk every day. I like to lift weights, and I like to get outside and enjoy the nice weather that we have here.
Yeah,
So it's just about making the schedule and sticking to it. So that's the biggest thing that I would say. But
yeah,
other than that, like I do enjoy, I have some great friends that I love to hang out with, and we'll go to the beach once a week and walk there.
right.
And just getting out into doing different things, activities like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that definitely helps. And I think that's a very important point. Most people either don't create a schedule or pack it too tight every single minute,
Right.
or are just not able to follow what they do. So I think asking yourself, saying what is comfortable for you, because there is no one schedule that's going to work. Like what works for me might not work for someone else.
Right.
Asking that person himself or herself, saying, "Hey, what is going to work for me," and not overpacking it. Uh,
Yes, and it takes discipline too to stick to it. And real estate is tough sometimes too to stick to a plan because I can get a call and be like, "Oh, can I see this house?" And yet you have to adjust to their schedule.
oh yeah,
So if I adjust to their schedule, it's fine. Is I leave that in my schedule to be able to do that. So
yeah,
I might have to be like, "Okay, well, I can't walk or I can't go do this right now, but I'll go show them the house and then I'll do it after." So it's
yeah,
yeah, being flexible as well.
yeah, makes sense. So tell us more about what's happening in the market right now. Like you have experience of like 26 years now. You have
Yeah.
seen multiple cycles. You've seen interest rates staying high. Me being on the lending side, I think interest rates are on the lower side right now. I just quoted 4.5 and 5 to a couple of loans, and I think 5 is what I was waiting for. I think 5% is like a reasonable market. It won't get completely
Yep.
crazy, and it won't be like there will be buyers that can actually afford stuff. So I this last 2 weeks, I think rates have gone down and market has been like very quiet. Like there's not been a lot of news about rates being low. Uh, and I don't know what's going to happen with the whole war stuff, and I hope it doesn't again impact rates.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
politics for itself, but I care about my rates, right, and the market. Uh,
Yeah, I think that that 5.5 is usually a sweet spot
yeah,
to get the market moving again. But anything under 6 right now is really good. I was just showing houses yesterday, and on a new community on FHA, they were paying 3.5,
nice.
3.5 at the rate, and then on conventional it was 5.5. So it's
Yeah,
still that's pretty good. Now, a lot of new homes have been sitting here, so of course they have a lot of different incentives, and they're paying closing costs and everything
yeah.
else. But being in a military town, we get a lot of people who, they have to move or sell,
Mm.
depending on their orders. So while the market was really slow last year, a lot of them decided to do the homes as a rental and get some renters in
Yeah.
there. So I think this spring coming into it, we're going to see a lot of those rentals come on the market again,
Okay.
just because it's probably been about a year that they were up and
Sure.
to get them going. So hopefully with those lower rates coming in, the people can start buying again and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's very important. And do you also do property manager management, or do you have like a referral that you work with?
yeah, we do property management as
Oh,
well.
nice.
I do have several rentals on the market right now,
Nice.
and so yeah, it's just something else that we put in the back pocket to do
Yeah,
for
yeah.
rentals.
A lot of people don't do that, but I think it's a great way to do stuff because then you're able to cater to and provide more solutions to the clients.
Yeah, and so again, they're renting out for a year or so, and then usually
Yeah,
at the end of the year they want to list it, and they already know that we've been managing it, so it's
yeah.
another great listing to help them with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then going forward, you think you just mentioned, right? There will be more renters coming to the market. Is that going to have an impact on the sales?
Yeah, I mean, it already has in our market,
Mhm.
just because of those military having to do something like they
Yeah,
have to leave. And so if they're not making anything and then they got a double payment or whatever, then of course
yeah,
that goes into short sale or bankruptcy, and nobody wants
yeah,
that. So
yeah,
that I really think that with those rates coming down, that should really help get those homes on the market and
yeah.
then start getting them for sale and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and I tell all my buyers the same thing. Like this is a really good opportunity to buy. Uh, when there is you buyers may not, at least the first time home buyers might not have as much options. If the rates were low and the market was hot, they might not
Yep.
have enough options to select. Saying, hey, I want a house in this neighborhood or this zip code or or a specific configuration of the house. Right now, they probably have more options than they might have for the next 10 years.
Yes, absolutely. And our area is growing so much. So there's a lot of new homes in our market.
Hmm.
A lot of people, like to gravitate towards the new homes again, because those incentives too that the
Yeah,
builders are offering.
yeah.
So it's a great time for them to get in. And we have a new community starting just beside us. It's a big golf course community, and
Oh,
it's going to be really nice. But, those people coming in to buy the first couple homes, they're going to automatically start getting some really good equity as the
yeah.
community builds. So
Yeah.
that's what, too, a lot of time when you see investors coming in, because
Hmm.
they want those, they know that they're going to get some good equity. So it's a good
Yeah.
time to buy.
Yeah, exactly. I have a lot of my investor clients that are like cashing out from their homes and then just buying new stuff. And these are people that have been investing for like 20, 30, 40 years. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like if they are doing this, they are seeing stuff that this is the time to buy.
Yeah. Well, tell them to give me a call.
Yeah, I'll definitely ask
Yeah.
them to reach out to you as well because they're always
Yeah.
looking for more better markets. And I think
Yeah.
South Georgia is one of the better markets to be in.
Yeah,
It's
they have cleared so much land here for new building, new communities, new stores, new,
yeah,
just to support the amount of people that they think are coming here. So,
yeah.
yeah, it's a really good opportunity to get into St. Mary's and Kingsland.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, as we come close to the end of this episode, I always like to open up the floor and like ask anything else that you would like to share with new agents or clients, anything that you would love to share.
If they're new agents looking for a good brokerage, to give me a call, and even just anybody, buyers, sellers. I do that. I work out of my heart. I feel like I love to make these good relationships. I love to help people the most, and so it's just. Feel free to give me a call. We can have a conversation and go from there. I don't match with everybody or every
Right.
personality, but
Yeah.
I do get along with a lot of people very well.
Yeah,
So,
and it's very important to have that because like I've been through a couple of brokerages myself, and then just that ability to connect with the team members,
yeah,
nothing else matters, right? Like if you're comfortable in that team, you will succeed. So it's
yes,
really important to have the right team. A lot of people keep switching brokerages and then
right,
quit the whole industry just because they were not with the right team. So being with the right team, that somebody that's there to mentor you, take personal responsibility to ensure your success, like Christine is doing, that's very, very important to your success. And obviously, it needs to match, right? Like you need to be the right right agent as well.
oh,
To
absolutely, yeah, for sure, yep,
yeah. So yeah, as thanks for taking time on a Sunday morning and
yeah.
sharing what you're working on and everything about the market. I really appreciate that and wanted to thank you once again.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for having me.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Main Street Minds. Want to share your journey with our audience? Head over to mainstreetmindspodcast.com/guest to apply.